I'm very glad that we have this chance to talk to our, let's say, community, to our existing potential customers in the Middle East. And I'm very happy that all of you have joined this event. So my today's presentation will be about just a few things about Zabbix as a solution, about Zabbix as a professional company providing services, and Zabbix as a company. So let's start with a few words regarding Zabbix solution. So what is important is that Zabbix solution is an open source, open code solution. So which means that you can easily get Zabbix with no limitation from our website, install and start using it in no time. We believe it's really important for many reasons. One, it gives us our customers, let's say, ability to test and to see the solution with no limitation. It gives us our customers ability to extend monitoring solution if it requires any improvements or any additional features that are, let's say, important for the customer. And that open source, as you may know, gives you a freedom to audit the code, to understand what's going underneath the solution, how things are being implemented and how things are working. So it gives you the sense of security in many things, in terms of the kind of let's say, freedom. So there is no lock-in, and in terms of the freedom of extending it, and in terms of freedom of understanding what's going on. Zabbix is a very popular solution. When we're talking popular, let's say, we experience over 1 million downloads of Zabbix a month. So Zabbix is widely used across the whole world. Many organizations from many industries are using Zabbix as their, let's say, default monitoring solution. Zabbix is universal. By universal, we mean that Zabbix is aimed at providing monitoring on completely all the levels for all different kind of equipment and solutions and softwares. So we may look at Zabbix coming from very bottom, from the hardware level, from the network devices, from sensors, going up to applications, going up to middleware, to virtualized environments, and then as high as monitoring, let's say, services and KPIs, and getting you the whole picture of your infrastructure and giving you the visibility of what's going on in your environment. Important is that Zabbix is constantly improved. Zabbix software exists on the market for now more than 23 years. And each new version of Zabbix brings new features, new abilities, new additions, and actually it's growing both, let's say, horizontally in terms of covering more and more, let's say, different types of devices and software, and as well as vertically extending all the time. And what is very important is that Zabbix is a very robust and very high-performing software. By high performance, we mean that well-maintained and tuned Zabbix server, one Zabbix server, can monitor and collect up to 100,000 new values per second. What it gives in real life is that we see installations of Zabbix where one Zabbix server can monitor 400,000 devices. We have another installation with more than 300,000 devices, and so on. So which means that if you even have a very large installation, one Zabbix instance can actually provide you a complete solution. So you don't really need to have many of monitoring tools to, let's say, to cover your infrastructure. For most of our customers, one single Zabbix server is more than enough. Of course, Zabbix is also, let's say, scalable, but that's going to be already probably in the talk of my colleague, technical talk. What is important, Zabbix has a very clear release policy. A new version of Zabbix is released every 6 months. So as you may see from my slides here, so let's say in May and October every year, we come up with a new version of Zabbix, which provides new additional features, options, improvements in terms of the performance. And we constantly produce new versions that allow customers to monitor the environment even better. But what is also important that there are what called LTS versions of Zabbix, long-term support versions, which are supported by Zabbix for 5 years. So when we're talking about, let's say, corporate environments and corporate policies, where, let's say, software is accepted, and in many cases, life span or life cycle of this software could be 5 years or higher, then you will not you will not need to jump to a new version all the time. You can keep up with this existing version, and it will cover everything that you need. Another very important thing about Zabbix as a solution is that it's not only about producing and supporting, but it's also about having a vision and having an understanding where we are moving and what we are planning to deliver in the future. So Zabbix has a roadmap. It's publicly available on Zabbix webpage. It is our roadmap, which is actually our vision of monitoring, is based on our own understanding of the market, of customer needs, of what is going to be important now and in the future, but as well on the customer needs. So we listen carefully to what our customers are saying, where they expect us to be in the half of the year, in 2 years from now, and we are shaping our software to cover all those needs. And it's important that to understand that Zabbix as a solution does not exist in the vacuum, right? So we understand that monitoring is a very complex thing, that monitoring comes as just one of the let's say, elements of management of your IT infrastructure. And among other elements, there could be, let's say, configuration management, there could be ticketing systems, there could be many other solutions that our customers are using to cover their needs. And in this case, Zabbix is a perfect solution, because Zabbix is open to not only because we produce open source, but we are open to all kind of cooperations and integrations with other solutions. If you would look at our web section, which is devoted to templates and integrations, you would find there more than 300 different types of software, which and hardware, which Zabbix can either monitor or to which we can easily integrate. And that would give you a freedom of adding Zabbix to your infrastructure with many other applications being already ready to cooperate, to work with Zabbix. So you would not need to spend your time on let's say, finding a good place or a good fit for Zabbix. And we understand that this is something that makes our customer life easier, and we continue to develop and introduce new, let's say, elements to this page basically every week. So when we're talking about Zabbix, it's important to understand that Zabbix is a commercial company. Zabbix, while we are producing open source solution, right, we are still in the business and providing professional services to our customers. And our business model is about creating the best possible monitoring solution, and then providing professional services around that solution. And while our software is completely free. There is no limitation. There is no corporate versions. So all of our biggest customers are using the same software that anybody can get from our website, right? The services is something that we provide to our customers, and this is the source of the company income, right? So when we're talking about professional services that we provide, we are looking at the customer, and we put the customer in the center of all of this, right? And we're trying to understand, and we are learning and seeing what customers are demanding from us. And we're trying to provide all these professional services to the customers. It's important to understand that services are provided, let's say, both directly by the Zabbix company, but also through our trusted partners. And this meeting, this online session is delivered together with our trusted certified partner in the region. So these services can be purchased through the partner, and some of these services can be delivered directly by the partner. So I will further speak about just the most popular services that our customers use. One of them would be turnkey. So this is let's say a service of implementing Zabbix within your organization. So the service might be let's say used or required by either a completely new customers that did not have Zabbix before, and these kind of the customers, they prefer for let's say professional experts from the Zabbix or from the partner side to configure Zabbix and provide customer a full tool for monitoring his infrastructure right away. Or if the customer is already using Zabbix for a while, but he is willing to, let's say, start everything from the scratch, or start a new project and implement Zabbix, let's say, with external resources, this is what we do. And of course, because the implementation of such projects is quite a project, right? So we are always involved, starting from the very beginning. So we are ready to answer together with our partners to your request for information or for your request for proposals. We are doing implementation, and if it is required, we can also do additional developments that are specific to your projects. And of course, it all comes with the testing, documentation, and the complete set of everything. So you are getting the Zabbix within your organization working and delivering results that you expect. Another popular service that our customers are using, it's actually technical support. Technical support usually is an annual contract with Zabbix. It could be, again, a contract that you are purchasing through our local partners. And it gives you ability to communicate with Zabbix and ask questions, provide feedback, get answers to those. And the reasons why you would need to use technical support, first, it makes use of your own resources more efficient. So you can really, let's say, solve some issues that you may have, not within days or weeks, but within hours. And some of the issues that companies are facing and that they're, let's say, sending to our system is the same issues that we have, let's say, solutions ready, right? We have replies, and our engineers know how to solve them. And of course, the use of our professional technical support services allows you to jump into more complicated projects, because you know that there are going to be a backup from Zabbix, from the vendor, and we'll be able to answer almost all the questions, or let's say all the questions that you have around Zabbix and the area of monitoring. What is very important is that Zabbix professional services are available 24/7. with a very clear SLA. So it's like if you choose a particular level of support, you may count that if you post your question, that you will get the reply within a certain time and with a certain quality. And another very important and very popular actually service that we are offering to our customers, that is professional training. Right, Zabbix is a great monitoring solution. It is very flexible. It allows you to monitor almost everything. If we're talking about digital environment, right? But sometimes it takes a certain amount of time to learn how to use Zabbix to the best of its ability, how to, let's say, arrange a monitoring of the certain areas, and how to make it efficient and how to make it easy, right? And one of the best ways to learn all of it is just by attending our professional courses. Each of the courses is aimed at the particular level of the engineer, at the particular needs of the engineer, right? And we can, together with our partners, assist you of choosing the best, let's say, training approach and the training path, and to get you up to the level where you need to be in no time. So that was all about Zabbix Professional Services, and now I would like to quickly cover, let's say, Zabbix Company. So, but in my understanding, each company and every company is sometimes, let's say, viewed or valued through its customers, right? And right now, we are happy to announce that actually more than 50 companies from Fortune 500 customers, commercial customers of Zabbix. So this means that the very big companies and enterprises are using Zabbix. Of course, to our regret, we are not always able to share their names due to NDA agreements, but there are some companies that we can share, let's say, publicly their names. And here on this screen, you would see, let's say, some of the customers from financial sector, which are using Zabbix Professional Services. And here you would see companies, telco companies around the world that are actively using Zabbix. And here are some companies, let's say, from either gas and oil and from, let's say, transportation industries. And here you would also see some huge companies from retail sector, right? And if we're talking about Zabbix as a company, at this moment, Zabbix is a bit more than 100 people team. So most of our team members are technical experts. These are engineers, integrations engineers, developers, testers, project managers, and so on. Of course, we do have also a marketing sales team. We do have all other team members, but the core of our team are very technical experts that they know their business to the best. And if we're talking about, let's say, company Zabbix, then our head office is located in Riga, Latvia, which is European Union. We do have subsidiaries in Japan, in United States, in Russia, and currently in Brazil. Each of these subsidiaries is covering their own markets. We are present in China through a distributor. And currently around the world, there are more than 200, I think close to 250 partners, professional companies, integrators that are delivering Zabbix services, let's say, in the specific regions. And if we're talking about Zabbix from the financial point of view, then Zabbix is a very healthy company. Since the establishment of the company, all of the years of were always positive for us. The current revenue level, I think it's 2020. We are above 13 million euro in revenue. And actually, for the same amount, we are over the same amount with self-capital. So Zabbix as a company is a very kind of a financial healthy and stable organization. So this is probably everything that I wanted to share with you today. If you have any questions, I will be very glad to answer them either now or later after presentations of my colleagues. Thank you a lot for your attention. And once again, I'm very happy to see all of you here.